do what's called closing, which simply means helping them to make the right decision for them. Now, closing, maybe different people have different perspective, but for me, closing is not convincing. Closing is helping them to make the decision on what's right for them. Me closing is not trying to change their mind. Does that make sense to you? I believe that if I have to drag them to the water, drag horse to the water, you could drag the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. And it's much easier to just find thirsty horses. There are so many people that are thirsty. There are many people in Hong Kong, in Taiwan, in Singapore, in the United States looking for opportunity. There are many people that want to be the first of distribution opportunity of bringing a cool product and cool brand like Remark into their local market. So many people. There's so many people looking for an opportunity like this. When Whiskey first heard about it, she wasn't looking for something like this. She was like, okay, #1 Korean skincare, we could sell, we could market. That's Debbie. They were excited when they first heard about this because they were the right ones. They were the thirsty. They saw it. As soon as the opportunity came, they saw it. And that's who you're looking for. We don't make them, we find them. Does that make sense to you? So as you focus on finding it, in closing, you gotta have some posture. You gotta have some posture, and you gotta really have right conversation with them so they feel good about your closing conversation with them, regardless of if they do it or they don't do it. I don't know about you. I don't like to be sold, and I don't like someone pushing me to do things when I don't want to do it. Now, but I also appreciate and respect posture. When someone really believes in something, them being passionate and confidently telling me why they recommend what they recommend, I appreciate it and I respect it. I don't get turned off by it. Does that make sense to you? So that's how you want to be able to close as you go out there and invite them to come experience K-pop-up or presentation afterwards. Now, here's a question. Number one, how many of you truly believe in Remon's products? How many of you guys truly believe in products? So after the presentation or after the K-pop-up, here is the way I look at it. I think everybody could benefit from at least one of the two scenarios that they come to K-pop-up or presentation. One scenario is them becoming a planner. And the other scenario is them becoming what? A customer. And either way, it's okay with me. Sometimes some of us are like, oh, I don't want anybody to be a customer, so I want to push them to be a planner. Well, I'd rather get a good customer to be a good customer rather than trying to push them to be a planner and lose that person completely. Because the customer, they use the product, maybe a few weeks later, they change their mind and they see your business grow. They're like, oh, maybe I should do this with Sonia. Maybe I should do this with Jackie. Oh, I love the product. And they go to work and their coworkers going, oh, what happened to your skin? Did you get a Botox? They're like, no, I just started using this Korean skincare. Oh, I want some. Where can I get it? They're like, I should probably get paid on that if they want to buy. It happens all the time. So yes, we share the opportunity to everyone. We don't just share the product, we share the opportunity to everyone. We do talk about the opportunity from the very beginning, but if they want to be a customer or planner, whatever it is, don't try to change their mind. Let's get them enrolled first. Maybe they change their mind a week later, or a month later, or a year later, or who cares if they don't. Our #1 team leader in the company in the United States, her name is Kimberly. She's 55 years old. She loves skincare, she loves beauty, she loves our products. She's been selling our products for 1 year. She has over 3,000 customers. 3,000 customers. She does $200,000 to $300,000 US a month in revenue, and she makes team leader commission, which is 40% plus 10% bonus on that volume just from her customers. She loves customers. She loves customers. I'm like, how do you get 3,000? Every month she's adding, 100, couple of hundred customers. Every day you see her adding 2, 5, 10 customers. That's how. So I'm not saying that's what you have to have, but get your, it's okay to get customers. So in closing, don't change their mind. Help them feel good about the decision they're about to make. Now, but what you do have to get better at is, what we all have to get better at is, sometimes people just don't know. How many of you know generally people have a hard time making decisions about anything? Mm-hmm. I'll give you an example. When you and your friends or you and your family are about to go out for a weekend or lunch or dinner, and one person says, what do you want to eat? I'm like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? And what's the next thing that pops up? Anything. Anything. You say, about Japanese? Well, not Japanese, but anything. How many of you had a similar conversation like that recently, right? I mean, people just can't decide. Like, people can't decide. I mean, not just Rima, like in anything, people just can't decide. So we have to help them make some choices. They don't know if they should go this way or that way. It's everything, okay? So because of it, you want to make sure that you have a clear plan. Now, here's what I know. If someone's gonna be a customer, the best way for them to start as a customer is to try all of our product at least one. That way they know which ones they love to continue, and the ones they don't like, they don't have to continue. Okay, that's the best way. Now, financially, maybe it's a burden for some people. Maybe for some people, they don't want to try everything. They just want to try skincare. Then the second option, I at least try to get them to get the essential ritual, which is the basic of our skincare, which is about 300 SP worth of products, about $300-400 worth, that has the cleanser, calming gel, booster, serum, cream, the basic skincare set, right? At least, 300 SP worth. So you want to get them to start there, and after they start, right? And if they say, oh, I just want this one product, I highly recommend in the beginning you try at least this full set. That way you could get the full benefit. Yes, booster and serum is amazing, but it's way more amazing if you cleanse properly first. You prep your skin properly with calming gel first. It's gonna take booster, serum, and cream much better. Just trust me. Try one time. If there's anything you don't like, you don't have to continue. But I want you to fully benefit from it. So trust me. Just try the full ritual. Like, that's how I would close. Does it make sense? What are you doing? You're recommending it. You're recommending it because you believe in it. Does that make sense to you? Mm-hmm. And once they do it, in a month or two, I definitely would follow up and ask them, hey, how are you loving the skincare ritual? Now that you're experiencing this, I highly recommend you try our Botalab hair and body line too. You're gonna love it too. So once they try one and they're using skincare, ICD skincare, talk to them about also trying Botalab, and you could talk about other stuff to add later if they didn't get the full set of trying everything from the beginning. Does that make sense to you? So that's where you start in closing of getting customers. Planner, same thing. When a planner starts, I would explain that you have only first 30 days you have access to starter kits. Only first 30 days. That's where you get the most amount of products at the best value just because you're new within your first 30 days. And you can only purchase up to 4 kits, doesn't matter what kit you choose. You get to choose up to 4 kits maximum as you start this business. Now, here's the best value, and if you do it in a one single order, there is a way to get 20% rebate back. Just because you made a bigger commitment, there's a rebate, higher percentage rebate back if it's a single order, but it's not, mandatory. It is totally up to you, and I will explain it from the best case scenario, and from there, find wherever they feel comfortable. If it's 1 kit or 4 kits, or maybe a 300 SP kit, or 1,000 SP kit, or 1,500 SP kit. Does that make sense? So start from here and come down and let them find where they feel comfortable. But you gotta make those suggestions, because if you just say, what do you wanna eat? You can literally go 1 hour without picking a restaurant. But you at least gotta say you want Japanese, you want Cantonese food, you want dim sum, you want Thai food, you want Vietnamese food, you want Korean food. You gotta take them through the journey, so at least you could find exactly what they want and help them make the decision there. Does that make sense to you? So now, next thing I want to talk about in closing is, as you start introducing people to the opportunity, especially with the larger kids, sometimes they hesitate, not because they don't want to, simply because they don't know it yet and they're not confident yet. So let me explain. You run into different excuses, and they will give you, and after the presentation, after K-pop-up, and you want to help them to get their business started, what are some of the common questions that you get, or common excuses you get? Anybody? What's like, you share the opportunity and they say, I want it, but. Okay. Don't know where to start. Don't know where to start. And no time. No time is one, right? No time is a good one. So what else? No money. Sometimes say no money. No money. No network. I don't know anybody, right? I don't know anybody. What other things could pop up? Yeah, I don't know how to sell. No skill. I don't know how to sell. What else?
Too many products at home.
I have other skincare, a lot of products. What else? What other things could pop up? I don't like network marketing companies. I don't like network marketing. It's possible. I heard it before. Anybody else?
I need to ask my wife.
I need to ask my wife. Or husband. Okay. Well, usually wife don't have to ask husband. It's usually the man that say they have to ask. It's true. Okay, delete that. I have to ask my wife. What else? Those are the main ones, probably, right? Yeah, I think. So when you hear answers like this, let's take a look, okay? Someone says, I was trying to move fast and I have no idea what I wrote down in the first sentence. I don't know where to start. Where to start. It would be a good idea to have good handwriting because you gotta read afterwards. So don't know where to start. Don't know where to start. Well, of course, let's face it. Of course they don't know where to start because they just looked at it, right? So that's a great, actually, starting point to tell them that we have orientation training. You don't know where to start. I didn't know where to start when I first saw it either. But what I love about Remon is we have an orientation training system that teaches you everything you need to know and everything you have to do, and they help you every step of it. We're gonna do this together, don't worry. Let's do this. I know you see opportunity. Let's do this together. We're gonna have a great time. So that's how I would respond to it. But before I give you one by one what I would say, I want to just kind of go over this list. No time, no money, no network, no skills, or I already have a lot of skincare products. I don't like network marketing. I have to ask my spouse. These are probably the most common excuses or answers or response we get when someone wants to do it, but they're just not confident and they're not sure, okay? So here's the first thing we have to understand. When they're saying this, they're not really saying this. When someone says, I have no time, they're not really saying, I have no time. When someone says, I have no money, they're not really saying, I have no money to do Remon. You know what they're saying when they're saying this?
I'm not sure I can make it.
They're basically telling you, I don't 100% feel confident that I'm gonna make money and do well here. That's what they're telling you. Think about it. Let's just say I really have no money. Let's just say I don't have even $1,000. But if I had a time machine and I could sit in a time machine and I could go forward 2 years and I see that I'm going to be a national director making $200,000 US a month in Remont 2 years from now, if I saw that and come back, would I still say, I don't have the money so I cannot do it? Or I would be so excited to go figure out a way to get the money to get started? Of course. If I knew 100% that I was gonna make money. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
If someone said, I have no time, I work 2 jobs, I got kids, I got no time. They're basically saying, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be successful here. I don't feel confident that I can make money here yet, so I don't know if it's worth my time. That's what they're saying. But if they knew 100% 2 years from now, they're gonna be national director, making millions of dollars every year, if they knew that 100%, would they still not do it because they're busy now? Or would they make this one of the top priorities and reprioritize to make sure they make time to do this? They will find time to do this. They will make money. They will find money to do this. When someone says, I don't have any network, basically are saying that I don't know if I'm gonna be successful. I don't know if I feel comfortable or confident that I'm gonna be successful. If they had a time machine, go forward 2 years, if they saw that they're gonna be national director making millions of dollars every single year, if they knew that, they wouldn't care. So all of these, I don't have sales skill, or I don't like selling, or I don't have the skill. Well, same thing. If they knew 2 years from now they're gonna be national director, that's not gonna be the reason not to do it. You know, when someone says, I already have a lot of skincare, if they knew that they're gonna be a national director here 2 years from now, they don't care if they own 10 skincare stores. They will still join and still do this if they knew that they were going to be a national director 2 years from now, making millions of dollars every single year. If someone says, I don't like network marketing, yes, until if they knew that 2 years from now they're going to be national director here making millions of dollars, they will be loving network marketing. They only don't like it because of the past experiences or past what they have heard, not because of here. If they knew 100%, 2 years from now, they're going to be bringing home extra $5 million a year into their household, no, they don't have to ask their wife. They will tell their wife that, hey, our life is going to be better than ever. Just watch and give me a little bit of time. Like, you know, so they don't, you know, so all of these are not the reason. Whenever you're talking to someone after the presentation to close, whatever they tell you first, that's not the reason. They're all just simply telling you, hey, I like it, but I'm not sure yet. I don't feel confident yet. So help me be, that's how I take it. Help me be confident that I could make money here and I could actually succeed here so I could actually get started. That's how I take it. Whenever they say one of these. Does that make sense? So how do you give them confidence? How do you do it? Here's the first thing you do. Here's the first thing you do.
How do you get the first paycheck? First paycheck.
Well, I mean, they have to start to get a paycheck. So how do you do it? Here's the best way to do it. You know, here's how you do it. I'm gonna tell you, okay? Let them borrow your confidence. Let them borrow your confidence. They haven't done it yet. They can't have confidence. Let them borrow your confidence because you're so confident. Does that make sense? That's why I keep using the word posture. It's my posture and it's my confidence that's gonna give my friend Danny confidence, not because she understands more. It's, you know, what people do is they fall into the rabbit hole. They think if I tell them more, if I train them more, if I show them more, if I explain them more, they're gonna be more confident. No, this confidence thing is not gonna change by giving them more logic and more information. Their confidence level is gonna change by me letting them borrow my confidence because I got overflowing amount of confidence. So if I show Elaine, and if Elaine says, man, I don't know where to start. Elaine, I know exactly how you feel. Now, this is something I've learned in conversation skill that helped me my whole career. I'm gonna share with you. It goes in order of feel, felt, found. So here's what I will say. If Elaine says, I don't know where to start. Elaine, I know exactly how you feel because when I first saw this, I felt the same way. Which is probably true for most of us. But what I found out is that they have trainings in place that will teach us everything we need to know, and they take us step by step, and they're gonna help us every step of the way. Elaine, I know you see the opportunity. I know you see how big this is gonna be with Korean skincare coming to Hong Kong, #1 Korean skincare. Let's do this together. You're gonna be in it for yourself, but not by yourself. We're gonna work together, and I will be here for you every step of the way, and we're gonna go to the top together. Is that okay, Elaine? Welcome to the team, Elaine. Let's do this
go.
thing together. Now, that's me letting her borrow my confidence. Does that make sense? I will respond, I'll answer her question with, I know how you feel because I felt the same way, but what I found out is they have training. When someone says, I have no time, I know how you feel because when I first saw this, I felt like, I was like, I had no time either. I mean, let's face it, how many of you, when you first saw Riemann, you're like, I have no time to do that? Like, how many of you felt that? Most of us feel the same. You know, most of us feel the same about most of these situations. So if that is the case for you, you just tell them the truth. I know how you feel because I felt the same way. I was already busy juggling life. I didn't know if I had time to do this. But what I found out is that I could truly do this part-time because company has a really good support system in place in office, and Zoom, and we have great leaders. I could really do it around my schedule, and take advantage of the system to have success here. And I really believe we could do great things together, Danny. You're gonna love it, and not having time is not gonna be an issue. Welcome to the team, Danny. Let's work together and let's really build this thing together so big so we could have more time freedom together later. That's it. So I will respond with relating with them because they feel the same thing we felt when we first saw it, and help them to find a solution. When someone says, I have no money, now some of you didn't have that problem, but some of you had that problem. I had that problem when I was young, when I was 18 years old, and I'll tell them the truth. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But when I first saw this, the person who introduced it to me, here's what he said. He said, Danny, you're telling me you don't have a couple $1,000s to purchase products to start this business journey. He said, Danny, you're an adult. How much longer do you want a couple $1,000s to be a problem in your life? He said, I know it's not easy. I've been there. But why don't we fix this couple $1,000 problem so we never have to have another couple $1,000 problem again? Because if we don't solve this problem, it's possible a year from now, it's still gonna be a problem. Now, I had someone actually had a serious, straight up conversation with me. Didn't feel good, but it's the truth. So I said, I understand, I know how you feel, I felt the same way, but we're not doing this, we're doing this because you have no money. Let's fix that situation. I will help you fix it. And after that, you know what you have to do next, right? I know you're gonna do great. Let's build great business together. Welcome to the team. I will help you every step of the way, and let's have great success together. And I'll help you get promoted. You let them borrow your confidence. When someone says, I don't like selling, I don't have the skill to sell. I know how you feel because I felt the same way. I didn't know how to sell either. But what's awesome is company has trainings that taught me everything I needed to know, and I'm still learning it. I'm learning little by little, but I definitely see myself improving, and I see other people having great success that's going through the training. Don't worry, it's not gonna be an issue. We will learn it together and we'll grow it together. Let's do this thing together. Welcome to the team. Now, you could say that in Cantonese. I don't know if it sounds the same. You could say that in Mandarin. I don't know if that would sound the same. You could use whatever language you want, but however you feel comfortable doing it. Remember, you can't help them be more confident because they haven't done it yet. You can't be confident in something that you haven't done. We'll take questions later, okay? You can't be confident in something you haven't done yet. So only way they could, now if they're not interested, we don't have that conversation. If they're interested, but they're hesitant because they just have these things blocking their mind, you have to let them borrow your confidence in helping them make the decision, okay? I have a lot of skincare. That's not even like, it doesn't even, you know, whatever. Someone says network marketing, like, I don't like network marketing. Now, let's face it, many of us probably felt the same way. I had a lady, she was just here. Oh, she's right there. I had a lady earlier after the morning leadership training session came up to me. She said, man, I said, I will never do network marketing ever again. I said I was so burned out from network marketing. I never wanted to do it again. I came here, I saw this, and I love it. And that's the conversation she had with me. So I'm telling you, a lot of people are in that position, right? So I'll tell them, I know how you feel. Either I felt the same way, or if that's not true, I said, hey, I know this person felt the same way, but what we found out is this is different. This is not that. You know, so you want to always have a conversation of because this is not the issue. Address it very briefly by sharing, I know how you feel, I felt the same way, but what we found out is, and go to the main issue, which is the lack of confidence. Let them know that we're going to do this together. You're not doing this by yourself. We have great support from our leaders. Trust me, we're going to have a great time. Let's do it. Like, what are we going to lose? We're going to look better, we're going to look younger, and we're going to have a great time. You know, and having that confidence is how you guys are going to have a higher percentage closing in helping people make the decision to get started in the business. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense, or is that like too hard to understand?
It's good, it's good.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy. So easy. So easy. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring up our incredible. Yes, we're gonna take all the questions later. Is that okay? Because we do have a couple more topics we have to finish before 4:30, and I'll be around